I'm going to help you beat your competition and never be afraid of job search again. Sound good? Don't believe me? Hang in there, let's jump into the video. No doubt, job search can be overwhelming, intimidating. It can be a drag. In fact, most of the people that I've worked with over the last 30 years or so basically say, oh, I hate job search, I just can't stand it. I thought, well, of course, it's a rejection game. But it's also really plays on your emotions and on your perspective. So I want to talk to you a little bit about that side, not the strategic side, not the tactics, but the headspace. The first thing I want you to do is I want you to communicate to the needs of others. Communicate to the needs of others. Job search tends to make you very self-focused. It tends to make you inward thinking, like how I feel, how I look, how I'm doing, how much rejection I'm experiencing, all that kind of I stuff. And it really gets in the way of you being an effective job seeker. So when I ask you to communicate to the needs of others and I offer that as a mind shift, I say, well, what about the target? What about the audience? What about the employer, the contract, the whatever it is that you're trying to pitch? What do they want? What do they need? What are their problems? And how do they communicate? And how do they think? And how do they make decisions? Oh, wow, that's a whole completely different set of questions than most job seekers ask. And I'm going to give you a specific resource that will help you learn how to communicate to the needs of others. And it's called A Knowledge of the Four Temperaments. That's the four temperaments: the organizer, the innovator, the liberator, and the facilitator. And I've written extensively about the four temperaments in my book, Elevate Your Career, Live a Life You're Truly Proud of. And so not only will you get all the amazing career advice that I've given you and models and structures and strategies and real life stories, but you'll learn about the four temperaments. And if I was going to point to one thing that has helped me beat the competition, remain competitive, be successful, is my knowledge of the four temperaments. It is my secret weapon. It really is. And it allows me, if I know I'm dealing with a logical person, I'm going to be very analytical. I'm going to be very tough. If I know I'm dealing with a humanitarian, somebody who's very into the meaning of things, well, then I'm going to focus on the people side of the conversation and how it's going to change things for others. So I know where to go. I know how to communicate to something that's going to affect their ability to make a decision that I like, which is you're hired. So the first mindset shift I want you to take, mindset strategy I want you to take, is communicate to the needs of others. Stop focusing so much on yourself, and actually you'll find that it's going to lighten your load. And that takes me to the next idea, which is take an accountable perspective. Take an accountable perspective means no blaming, no excuses, no giving your power away to other people. It's taking your power back. And let me put this in the context of the way your pool of competition looks. Most of your competition is in the victim perspective. They are. I promise you. I've seen so many people come into my office over the course of many years. And they're bitter, they're resentful, they're angry, they're disappointed. And guess what? That's understandable. When you are competing for a job, when you're out of a job, when you're afraid that your finances are at risk and you're not able to provide for your family, it shoots your anxiety sky high. What it also does is it leads you right down the path of feeling like and acting like a victim, which I'm sure you don't want to be. So what I would like to suggest is that you actually have to actively choose to take an accountable perspective. That looks like self-responsibility. It looks like not making excuses, doing the full effort in your preparation for your job search, for your interview, whatever that looks like. You're resilient, you're resourceful, you're creative, you're making great choices, you're solving problems. Can you hear it in my voice? That's what accountability gives you. When you are focused on all that you've lost, and it can be substantial, and you have every right to be upset, but if you can figure out a way to shift your mind, the rest of your competition is going to be in that negative space, and you're going to get the job. And it's really, really powerful, and it's something you can choose to do. Let's add the third. Guess what? These guys stack on each other. Communicate to the needs of others. Take an accountable perspective. Last one, use your courage. Use your courage. Yeah, job search requires bravery. Job search is a competition, a rejection situation. And so it's scary. It's scary for everyone, you know, no matter what anybody else says. And you have to acknowledge that it's frightening. You have to acknowledge that it's anxiety producing and say to yourself, we're going to be brave. We're going to utilize courage to buoy your resilience and your persistence. Those are big words in a job search, because your competition will in subtle ways self-sabotage. They really won't do their homework. They won't look at the video that I dropped last week on this channel and learn how to be successful in a job interview. I've got the information for you, but you've got to have enough bravery and energy and resilience to watch the video. And your competition, for the most part, well, to be blunt, they're going to conduct a lazy job search. Most people do. And so if I can get you to harness your courage, you're going to be the best. Be the best. Be the best candidate. Be the best person in follow-up. Come up with a business plan as a follow-up, not a swarmy thank you note. You're going to take advantage of all the resources that are available to help you elevate your career. So I hope that I've been covering some things that you haven't thought of before. Yeah, there's lots of tactics out there. Do this, not that. But underneath all those tactics is whether or not you have the energy to do them in the first place. Yeah, I know. It's a big deal. I want to offer you one more thing. And I want you also to please comment. If I've said some things that have landed for you, that have been helpful, or if I've really missed something and you're like, gosh, I really wish she had talked about this or that, you know, I'm here for you, and I will read those comments, and you're going to queue up next week's video. And so, as I promised, I want to give you one more thing, just one more thing. I want you to go to my website, elevateyourcareer.com, just like my book, Elevate Your Career, Live a Life You're Truly Proud Of. I almost went and said the book title instead of my website. So go to elevateyourcareer.com, and you'll see in the resource section that you can download a book called The 10 Biggest Mistakes Job Seekers Make. And you need to know also that it doesn't repeat what I just shared with you, so it's more. It's more things that will help you become unbeatable in the job market. So I can't think of anything I can really give you that's more important than putting you in a position where you're going to have job offers, where you're going to have contract offers, where the VCs are going to pick you. If I can give you that power, if I can give you that choice, then you're unbeatable and unstoppable. And that is truly awesome. So thanks so much for watching, and be awesome, have an awesome day, and I'll see you soon.